What's up, YouTube? Welcome back for another video. NBA legends explain how good 5'3". Yes, I said right, 5'3", not 6'3", not 7'3", but 5'3". Muggsy Bogues. How good was he back in the day? I watched a lot of him back, like 80s, 90s when I first started watching basketball and stuff. Dude was amazing to be that short and be that impactful on the court. Like, he had a real big impact, not just on his team, but the whole NBA. Go get right to the video. Shout out to Basketball Time Machine and Sean David. Let's get it.
Hey folks, what's good? Welcome back to the Basketball Time Machine. I'm your host, Sean David. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you're ready for your weekly dose of old school NBA basketball. Now, in today's episode, I want to talk about NBA legends giving their opinion about Muggsy Bogues and how great he really was. I will have guys like Michael Jordan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Kenny Smith, and even more. But before we dive into today's episode, I want to ask you guys for a small favor. If you're new to the show, please subscribe to the channel and like the video if you enjoy the content. All right, enough said. Now let's dive right into today's episode.
Let's get it.
So the first clip that we're going to take a look at is from NBA Open Court, my favorite NBA show, by the way. And Steve Smith is giving reasons why he felt he had to change his position. Let's have a look.
Mine was, I'm a big Magic fan, going to Michigan State, so I'm going to be a point guard in the NBA. Muggsy Bogues made me change my position. Picking me up 94 feet, Kenny. I mean, he turned me. He said, you're not going to play point guard for so long. And after about a year and a half, and Muggsy kept looking at me, smiling. Every time we would play, he changed me from going from a point guard to a shooting guard.
You played with Muggsy Bogues, who in my opinion is one of the most iconic, we forgot how incredible. Muggsy Bogues is 5'3" and played in the league like, I think 15 years. How special of a player was Muggsy Bogues to be around?
Incredible. I've said it for forever now, it seems like. Muggs was a 5'3" Jason Kidd.
Wow.
He really was. He could get anywhere. He's so fast, faster with the ball probably than without it. And he just lived to get shooters open. And he delivered the ball in time. The thing about Muggs, people don't realize, 5'3". The only guy Muggs couldn't guard, two guys at his position, were Gary Payton and Magic Johnson.
And the next clip that we're going to take a look at is from The Jump, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was on the show, and the topic was, did Muggsy Bogues deserve to be in the Hall of Fame?
Oh, yeah.
Muggsy is a great testimony to the fact that speed kills, all right? So you got somebody handling the ball, it's close to the ground, can move it around and find the guys that's open. That's a skill that generates to wins on the basketball court, even though his height wouldn't make you think that was possible. There he is.
We have all these committees for the Hall of Fame. I think we need to have a short person's committee, but I might be a little biased about that.
Tyrone Bogues.
Wake Forest. He is now the shortest player in the NBA.
Bud
Webb gave birth to Muggs.
One of the kids in the neighborhood came over to his house and knocked on the door and said to his wife, can Muggsy come out and play with us? They thought he was one of their buddies at the same size.
Muggsy was a tough little joker, man.
And Muggsy takes it away. Well, Muggsy's closer to the floor. He should get it.
Right. Doc Rivers told me, I said, Doc, who's the guy you really hate to play against? He said, I hate playing against Muggsy Bogues. He said, I bring the ball down court.
By the time you put it down and went to reach for it, Muggsy had it and was gone.
All right, the next clip that we're going to take a look at is from NBA TV. Kenny Smith making a very interesting comparison, comparing Muggsy Bogues with Ben Simmons. Let's see what he has to say.
Because I look at a great player like Ben, the way he plays, and this is going to be really interesting when I say this comparison. He reminds me of Muggsy Bogues because his ability to get to one point from A point to B, which Muggsy Bogues was 5'3". But if you let Muggsy see passing angles and allowed him to see the floor, he was great.
And the next clip that we're going to take a look at is from Michael Jordan. He was asked at his camp in 2017 what he thought about Muggsy Bogues. Let's check it out.
What did I think about Muggsy Bogues?
5'3" guy, played in the NBA, quickest guy I've ever seen, played the game of basketball, and he is epitome of what determination means. No matter how big you are, you can still play with the big guy.
Yeah.
Did he ever block my shot? No.
Very difficult to play against him. Playing against some bigger and taller guys, it was very difficult to for those guys to find the body and check him out.
Damn.
I think the thing that makes Muggsy such a unique player is the fact that he's been used to hearing how small he is. And I felt that he used that to his advantage. It doesn't make a difference your size. He showed that you could be big, you could be small, and still there's a place for you in this game.
When bigger guards post him up, his teammates would say, "Muggsy, you need any help?" He said, "Nope." He's just as unaccustomed to doing this as I am. If he back you down into the post, and he was right. Oftentimes, many players say, the worst thing about Muggsy Bogues is when you can't see him.
Yeah.
That means
he could be anywhere.
He's soon to get in your grill or steal something out of your back pocket.
He wasn't worried about, being the guy with the most points or being the star on the team or a guy in the paper. He just wanted to lead his team, to make sure he got the assist to help you score as easily and as quickly as you could.
I remember him basically taking me under his wing and just telling me, young fella, all I want you to do is run. Don't let me beat you down the court. And he was serious. He said, I'll find you, just run.
I owe a lot to Muggsy because Muggsy gave me an opportunity to go out there and get extra shots. Because if it wasn't for his pinpoint passes, probably would have been a little more of a struggle.
All of us did whatever Muggsy said on the floor. He was the general. We trusted him with the ball, but I knew if the ball was coming my way, I'm not to dribble. He's only going to throw it to me when I'm open and catch and shoot because he wanted to assist. If I had to pump fake and put it on the floor for an escape dribble, why are you dribbling the ball? It's first thing, whether the shot went in or not. Why are you dribbling the ball? I'm giving it to you so you don't have to dribble. That guy was funny, man, but he was competitive, the leader of our group. We trusted him with anything.
He would penetrate, and it's hard to believe that he would go into those trees. He would get into those trees. And then the plays that he would make were phenomenal for a guy his size to be able to see guys, have the court vision that he had, So it was very fun playing with Muggsy.
Muggsy was the heart of the team for a long time. I mean, all the players respected him. He played hard. He was an underdog, even though he never carried himself like an underdog. He was only an underdog in other people's eyes, not his own. And, to be a starting point guard for all those years, I think says a tremendous amount about his competitiveness, his toughness.
He was going to go out there and give his all. He was going to work hard. I got to spend a lot of time with Muggsy between year 1 and year 2. Muggsy would come into the Grady Cole Center off Kings, and he would come in and put up shots every day. And I would rebound for him, and he got better. He worked hard. He improved his game.
He was his character, his temperament. He loved to play. He was a fierce competitor. But, it was fun playing with him.
Little guy, but with a big personality. I was fortunate enough to play with him and Larry, who, both had a zest for life, just a zest for the game. They enjoyed it, and, Muggsy was a huge impact.
He was a great teammate. I mean, we would laugh. He's outside of Shaquille O'Neal, Muggsy was probably one of the funniest guys, in the league. I mean, he was always joking, always in a great mood. I mean, there's a lot of times, sometimes guys would be down, but then Muggsy was always making sure he was that one guy that, that went over there and made sure that, everything was okay. He was our leader.
So how good was Muggsy Bogues in my opinion? Well, it was the year 1997, and I spent all my allowance money on a Muggsy Bogues jersey because I love this guy so much. And we have to remember he was 5'3" and still able to dominate the point guard position in terms of averaging 10 assists per game, defending the best point guards in the league, and being a huge contributor to his team. So Muggsy Bogues, in my opinion, one of the
5'3", starting point guard, averaging 10 assists per game. That's wild. You got point guards now, starting point guards that can't even average 6 or 5 assists a game. Muggsy Bogues was great, man. It's just so much I can say about Muggsy Bogues, but he pretty much explained everything. But Muggsy Bogues was such a great player, man. Like, he showed that just because you're small doesn't mean you can't go out there and play with the big dogs. You can't play with the taller people, the bigger people, the stronger people. Heart over height. That's what they say. Heart over height. Heart over heart. Am I saying it right? Heart over height. Whatever. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're new. I'm out. Peace.